Over 15,000 views in just 24 hours, guys. That is absolutely insane. Welcome back to the next episode of Minecraft Evolution. I just wanted to say thank you for last episode because you guys welcomed me back in an amazing way. I cannot believe so many of you saw it that quickly. But yes, hello everybody, my name is System Z, and today we are continuing on with building in downtown EVO, this time actually working on a proper building. But I just wanted to say I saw all of your feedback. I am going to change the light pole design, I just haven't done it yet, and we'll get rid of this pretty much today probably. But other than that, you guys seem to have liked the trees. You did suggest that I use other colors of leaves, which I will most likely try, but Grian himself did say he liked these, and not really too sure about these still, but I don't know, we're keeping them for now. But today we're actually going to be building over here, and I'm a little bit worried, to be honest, because you never really know with a Grian project if it's safe to build somewhere. And, I mean, he told me he wanted me to go ahead and start working on stuff, so I'm just going to assume that he doesn't have any plans with this spot over here. But today we're going to be building a shop. I feel like it's time we move into downtown EVO and officially set up shop. It's not going to be a farm, but I think it will still be pretty cool to have in this town. And we're going to build it right here. The only problem with that is, as you guys can see, this is where the valley starts. And I do need to work on the cliff. I saw some of you guys reminding me of that. I'll be doing that during live stream since I already did this cliff on an episode. But yeah. The only problem was we have this area down here, so it's going to be very hard to incorporate this, but my idea is that we're going to build like a corner building here. So it's going to look like these, but it's going to be a corner building that basically turns around, and then the road continues on this way. So there's builds kind of along this wall. Pearl did say she doesn't really want us to cover her build up, though. That's the only problem. So mine isn't really going to be too big, but it is going to be directly adjacent to this building here, meaning we're also going to have to lower the road down a little bit more. So we've got a little bit of work to do, but that is what we're doing today. Hopefully Grian likes it. It's going to be kind of interesting. And guys, without further ado, let's get into it. My name is, of course, System Z. Consider subscribing if you do enjoy. And guys, let's get straight on into it. All right, so here is the idea for today's episode. We are basically going to be building, as I said in the intro, a corner shop. Now, we're going to be selling enchanted tools. That's basically the main gist of it. Now, I don't really know exactly how we're going to do this as far as city planning goes, just because Grian has it structured a certain way, and I don't want to break from that, but I really have no choice, and I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. But the first thing I am doing here is we're going to go ahead and start lowering down the road, because I figured what he was trying to do is make it kind of roll down and kind of fit with the bottom line of the cliff here. Otherwise, it really will cut it off and make it look a little weird. And I know that on one of his first episodes whilst building downtown EVO, he had said that it's very important to conform to the land rather than conform the land to the builds. So that's kind of our goal here. We're going to structure it kind of on the same level as this base level here. So that's kind of the first thing. Now, cobblestone is easy to get, so we're just going to leave all that on the ground. But aside from that, we're actually going to build with a different color palette than what he probably is used to in this town. And I don't know if it's going to work. I'm really hoping it does, and you can kind of see it here. We're going to use some spruce wood. If it doesn't work, I will happily take it down. So this is more than anything just an experiment. But really the hard part is going to be kind of figuring out the placement, because it's going to be a little odd. If you look over here, Grian has the road pretty much 14 blocks horizontal all the way across, just like this over here. So that's kind of the same spacing we need as I need to eat. However, because of this build here, he has the edge over kind of back further. So basically my plan is we're going to extend the road down, and then we're also going to extend it on this way, and there's going to be a little plant area over here, I'm guessing, that will kind of push the road ever so slightly diagonally. So we're actually going to have the build start about right here, and it's going to connect directly adjacent to this build, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, Grian's going to yell at me, and then I'll be banned from the server. Alright, so the first thing is pretty much getting the sandstone here. It is going to come out about 2 blocks from this edge, But we are going to start here. I'm just going to kind of work in similar fashion to a printer, if that makes any sense, just by kind of building horizontally instead of all of it vertically with the frame, just until we kind of get a concept of what it is we are working on here. But I do need to kind of count here, so it's going to be kind of bad commentary at first, but let's see. I'm going to have 1 block there, 1 block there, a 3 block window, and then a 3 block space, so 1, 2, 3, and then another 3 block window there, 2 edges, another edge. Wait, was that it? Yeah, I think so. So 1, 2. You know what? Let's just start placing stuff. I'm never going to get it right. So yeah, anyways, this is kind of the placement that we're going with. It's going to be a little different. It's going to be weird. But as I say pretty much in every episode that I ever have done in my life of this series, it starts off looking weird and then it'll look okay, but this is the placement. It's going to be 1 block lower, or actually 3 blocks lower than the other builds, but the road will slowly conform to it, and I think that will actually work pretty well. And then at the corner of that is where we are pretty much going to have the turn. It's going to look a little weird until we start adding the details, but I think it should look pretty awesome overall. But let's start by kind of getting some extra details here. So first things first, we're going to have a 2 block wall. And then there's going to be some stairs here, 1, 2, 3, and then a 3 block gap, 1, 2, 3, 2, and 2. So we are all good and set and ready to go. Now I basically just need to get the height, and these sheeps, they are everywhere. They are such a problem. Grian, control your sheep, dude. Okay, I think that's the height. Well, not the final height, I promise, because that would look weird. It's going to be basically this times 3, so it's going to be the right height, but I think that's the first section. I didn't really do any pre-counting. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and place this chest to kind of clean up our inventory here and start getting the extra details pinned out. I actually didn't get any glass though, so I really hope that Grian has some. Otherwise, I've got some back at the base, so that won't be an issue. But the first thing we need to do is make some stairs really quickly, because we're going to do the tiny details, and I'll kind of show you what my plan is. That way I can go ahead and start and just do it, most of it, you know, off camera, and then show you guys the final product here. But basically, we're going to get tons of stairs, ultimately, like infinity stairs, basically. Speaking of infinity, I hope you guys saw Infinity War. It was totally awesome. Let me know your opinions down below without spoiling it for others. But yeah. All right, let's get some basic building blocks here and climb up here. We're going to do some stairs for the bottom layer, kind of going inside out like this. That way we don't block anything from the view. And, or not. Oh, come on now. There we go. And stairs and logs are so hard to place in this version because of the upside down mechanics. I'm happy they're there, but man, are they a pain. But yeah, we're going to do this here, and then glass will go on top of it for 4 layers, meaning on the top of that, after it does 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to do some other ones facing the other way. And that's mainly the detail there, and it's going to be really cool to see how this looks with all the other builds around, especially once you guys see the finished product. I think you'll like it as much as I do. I'm hoping anyways, but either way, I definitely look for your criticism down in the comments below. And like I said, if Grian does plan on building something right here, I'm very sorry. I will happily remove it and pick another place, but he hasn't really relayed any blueprints for me, so yeah. All right, so that's basically the general gist of it. Then we're going to do a very basic design here in the center using 4 stairs, just kind of doing like a little spacer that I think should help it look a little bit better. We're going to do that, and then we need to get this one. Come on now, misplacing. It's been a while since I built, you can tell. So yeah, that, and then the glass panes will help that quite a bit. But yeah, so those are the details. We're going to add more things on it as well. And then there's going to be a sandstone spacer in between. But first, I need to get these sandstone stairs and actually do something that I have been loving lately. And that is pretty much this design where you basically add like stairs like this, and it creates this weird railing. Now, I originally got it from Grian, actually, so it's entirely his design, full credit to him, but I absolutely love it, and I've been trying to do it in everything lately. And my bad on that, but I think it does look good. So let's see what this will look like as the base. It should add a little bit more structure to it overall, and you should be able to start to see what I'm getting at here. And let me fix that. And then the edges also have slabs, I believe, so we need to grab those. And first things first, we're going to add a layer of slabs on the top layer here above the logs. That's going to kind of act as a separator. We're going to do that all the way to each piece. Now, I know you're wondering where's the corner for this, considering this is going to be a corner building. And the idea is that once we get to this area, we're going to do a diagonal and then another wall that way. And that's going to start the new street, which is going to be against this wall. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to take some of this land out, and that kind of goes against what I was saying about conforming to the land. But it's okay because we're prioritizing the two cliffs here. So that's the main view, and that should hopefully bring it all together in a better way. But anyways, now we need to add a row of sandstone, which it appears I did not grab enough. Yeah, there we go. So that looks pretty good. It's got a nice detail, you know, bottom base and then a thinner piece there. And as it goes up, the top is going to be a little bit more heavy as well, just like the bottom. So that should actually look pretty good. Now, I think this building is going to double as a shop and also the Zico building. So yeah, I think that should be pretty cool. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this pattern built up all the way up to the height that I'd like. And then we're going to start working on the corner and see if we can't come up with something pretty cool. You know, guys, there is nothing quite better than progress itself. And I'm looking around at downtown EVO here, and I really, really like it. You know, it looks great. And then we've got this, and it looks great, I think. What do you guys think? It's a little different. It really is. And it's only because there aren't any other spruce buildings in here. So my question to Grian, if he's watching, is do you plan on doing any other spruce builds? Because if so, then we can keep this. I think it looks all right. I think it'll look a little bit better once we have some grass, you know, with it and all that kind of stuff with the trees. But I did get the actual stuff lowered down here, and it's starting to look a little bit better. I'm thinking this could potentially be a tunnel that leads maybe down under somewhere. I think that could be kind of cool, but we'll leave that up to Grian. But yeah, this is what we've got. I think it looks pretty cool overall. That's as tall as I want it. Now, you can kind of see a glimpse of the roof there. It's the basic mansard style, I guess, which is basically the same as that one over there, just not as big. And it doesn't really have the organics yet. I think it will look a little bit better once we have it curved and done properly, which is what we are pretty much doing now. The only problem is, as you can see, we've got a whole load of land here that I forgot to dig out, but that's fine. Let me go ahead and do this, guys, and we'll be right back. Alright, that should honestly do. It's not really going to be that much work anyways, so let's go ahead and get this started. Basically, we're going to go by a very, very basic 2-block separator here. That's going to be, I think, all that's here, and then the new wall is going to start there, I think. I think that's basically the size of our curve. I know it's not much, but we really don't need much for this build. So, yeah, I know it doesn't really make sense yet, but it will. It's going to start to make sense here momentarily. Let's go ahead and place these. It's going to be a basic stairwell here, which we will work on. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm extremely worried now. Okay, let's go ahead and start stacking this up. And basically, the wall is going to be spruce, as it normally is. We're going to get some oak in here as well. I am going to do a proper door design and then add kind of a cloth overhang using the cyan wool that I think will hopefully bring it all together. But first thing we need to do is really just get it stacked up to the proper height. So that's kind of my main thing here, and I think the height works well. I need your opinions though, because ultimately it could be a little too high because of this building. I did want it to connect a little bit better, but I don't really know what Grian's doing with that part yet, so I didn't want to, you know, work ahead or anything. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and continue getting this stacked up so that we can hurry up and finish this project, because I am supposed to be streaming in 20 minutes. So yeah, by the way, guys, I'll be streaming tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow when you're seeing this. So yeah, make sure you're there, or be square, as they say. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stacked up, and we'll continue from there, guys. Alright, guys, so now we are going to pretty much go ahead and work on an overhang for the entrance. As you can see, I pretty much have this corner wall built, and it looks a little weird, but it should kind of tie in everything pretty decently. I do want to add a balcony up there as well, but I'll explain that a little bit more in a bit. Now, the first thing we really need to do is first figure this out, because this is looking a little weird. Actually, maybe if we just do this and then change that to glowstone up there, it would look a little bit better. But for now, we'll just do that. And then pretty much just make it look like an overhang cloth in a way. That should be simple enough, I think. And make it extend. Oh, now we're stuck. This is the one bad thing about this update is all the glitchy dirt. It is so bad. It is so bad. It's so much harder to build in these versions of Minecraft. You'd really think I'm kidding, but I promise you I'm not. But yeah, I do want to go out by one more layer and just kind of make this the last one, and then we'll add some fences under it. I always want to say fence-eye, but that's definitely incorrect. But yeah, we will add some oak fences under, and that should actually be mainly it for the door. At least anyways, I think. And Grian also has left tons of sand with me, so thank you, Grian. I appreciate that very much. He said he does like the design as well. I think it'll look better, though, once we add more details, and hopefully he'll like it then. But anyways, let me go ahead and get some fences crafted. All right, there we go. Looks a little bit weird, though, from this. Well, I don't know. I think it kind of looks all right. I think it'll look better once that is fixed, but for now it's going to look a little odd. But now we need to go ahead and add kind of a stair system here and basically just keep it at that. And go ahead and place the door as well, and that should pretty much be done. But let's see what this final product can look like. All right, guys, and this is pretty much what I have done so far. I do have the corner all the way dedicated here. As you can see, I've added kind of a cloth overhang, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it yet. I think it looks a little weird, but it should kind of work together once we have a little bit more placed on this side. But until then, we're just going to leave it and see kind of what we think. But I do want to get rid of those torches and add some glowstone instead, or maybe even raise this up higher and consider reworking the doorway. But this is the general concept. We do have a basic kind of 3-block high door, it looks like here, but it's actually just 2 normal doors. And then we're also going to add kind of a street sign type thing here to explain what it is. But I do want to go over first what exactly this building is for you guys. Let me just kind of get stacked up here, that way we can get a decent view. So I don't entirely know yet if I want this to be the Zico building, like the new Zico building, or if I want it to be an actual shop. I'm thinking we're probably just going to get rid of Zico altogether, or we can kind of turn this into both, because there are a lot of spaces here. My idea is that we're going to make the 2 bottom floors a shop, and then the top floor an apartment. That way we can kind of have something here in case we ever want to start building over here. We can have like a very basic storage, you know, a bed, all that kind of stuff. So that's my idea. I really don't know what we'll do yet. I want you guys to let me know in the comments below. Should we work on the store where we sell enchanted tools and armor, or should we just make this the Zico building? I think the enchanted tools would be a little bit better for the community, but either way, let me know what you guys think. And for now, I am stuck. I need to fix this, and I'm going to go ahead and get... Man, I really can't get out of this, can I? Oh, come on now. Come on. You can do it. There we go. All good. Nope. Oh, and we're stuck again. There we go. These are always the worst ever. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pretty much finish off the outside of this build. And we'll add a couple of other details from there. But let's see what this looks like once it's all done. And I will get right back to you guys. Alright guys, this is pretty much the final product here. As you can see, I've got all the extra details planted out. Get it planted, there's a tree and stuff. But we've also got a nice new lamp design. A lot of you guys said that this would kind of make more sense for what Grian is trying to accomplish here. So I wanted to try that design. It's very subtle, and I could definitely see that being on the corner of every build. But yeah, this is basically it so far. I think it looks really, really cool, and the outside is practically done. I do want to do more details on this side, but I want to wait until we get more over here. But as you can see, it's basically introducing an entire new cove of builds that kind of wrap around the cliff, which is super, super cool. But yeah, I need your opinions. I don't know if I should make this a, enchanted tool store or the new Zico build. So guys, please let me know what you think, because ultimately this is your decision. And I actually have a guest here. You guys may not know her because you don't watch the live streams. But if you do, then you do know her. It's my lovely lady, Mrs. System Z, and I wanted her opinions as well. Hello to you. How are you?
Hi, I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
This feels like a radio show now.
Sure does.
What do you think of that, if I may get your opinion? She's always so supportive of the builds, and I wanted to include her in today's episode. So everyone say hey in the comments, by the way. But what do you think of that?
Honestly, I think it looks great.
Well, thank you.
Can I see the inside?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. You can see the inside. It's very cozy.
Oh.
Oh, that we got
Oh, it's a little sheep.
a little friend. Yeah. That's basic. Yeah, it's not done.
Oh, okay.
It's far from it.
I like it. I think it looks great. You did great.
Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today. I hope you did enjoy it. And, guys, please let me know in the comments down below what you think this build should be, because I'm going to put the sign right there. That way everybody knows. But please let me know overall what you do think of it. Anyways, guys, my name has been System Z. You guys have been totally awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.